Okay, so what is Coaster? Coaster is not coming from JavaScript, I would say. Where is Coaster? How many of you know how to write Python? How many know how to write Fortran? No. Don't tell me that you didn't experiment and you say you don't. Okay, I'm sincere. Okay. You read it, how many programs in Fortran?
Only one hyperline.
Okay, not okay. Haskell, how many of you know Haskell? Skylar. One is that is called closure. Very hard to pronounce. Okay, they are all of a class of programming language called functional programming language. Okay, well actually, some language claim that they have a functional component. Python, they have lambda calculus. JavaScript, they have Coaster. Ruby also have a functional programming component. Swift also have a functional programming component. And they all behave the same, and Coaster is one of the common factor among them. Now, why is so important about Coaster? Now I disclose to you what actually is Coaster. Coaster, we start with this two versions of different codes. So what is this two codes? Now I give you a 1 minute. Point out what are their differences. Then answer me this question. One question. Will they produce different outputs? That's the first question. Or whether there is one that will produce error. Or you think that there's no difference? Okay, running out of battery. Okay. I think that there's no difference. Only you. So all of you think that there are differences.
Result is
The result is no difference. Good. Okay. So let me rephrase that question. Any people think that the results are the same? Good. That means that your code tracing capability is good. Okay. Now I do some change. Let me do a copy. Okay, it depends on whether I can get online. Come on. Ai點搞算？WiFi sucks. Oh, okay. Hey, okay. Wait, it don't move. Wait, 搞咩啊？ Oh, okay. Move now. Okay, so let me make it nice. Make it nice. Okay, so it's version 1, right? Okay. My question is, let's just run it. No problem, same Mozilla. My version 2 of this program is any problem? You understand what is a change, right? Any problem? Are they the same? If you think that they are the same, raise your hand. Okay, only 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's run it. What? Okay. Now this is just like Java, just like Java. Java, you can declare a function anywhere. Whenever you can find a function call, you can call it, right? And C behave a little bit different. Here, C will complain using warning, but not an error, right? You make the function call first and declare the function later. This doesn't make any difference. Now I show you this. How about this? Can I make any order change here? You cannot change any order. Am I right? Am I right? Why I want to emphasize this thing? This thing is, it involves the creation of a new function. This statement is actually the creation of something. Okay? And what is the return value of make function? What is the return value of make function? D? Oh, okay. What is the return value of make function? The return value is a function, right? Well, actually, you cannot reorder it. You cannot say that, okay, can I put this before this? Put this, my function, before this what? No, you cannot do it, right? Now, why I emphasize this is give you a concept, the number one concept that function can be produced real time and real time pace. Here is a real time I construct functions. And this time I use a name function, right? A function with a name. And together, this thing, the version 2 thing, the version 2 thing is not simple. Okay, still same Mozilla, very good. The number 2 version is actually like what I said before. This function, when it returns to you, you can make use of this name, right? Right? You can make use of this name, but after you call the make function, the scope, the local variable scope should be destroyed. It should be destroyed. How come you can still refer to the name variable Mozilla and say Mozilla while you call the my function? It is because you produce a function. This is number one concept. Number 2 concept is whenever you produce a function, here the Mozilla name is actually a form of binding with the environment of this function that you return. Together we call it poster. I just want to re-emphasize this concept. Okay? Now with this concept get reinforced, I show you something really horrible, extreme horrible example. Okay? And this is the interview questions that I post up to interviewees. Okay? And this function, these questions can only be answered by another interviewer. Understand what I mean? All interviewers don't know how to answer it. Okay? Okay, so this is the explanation. What is this function? Wow, this bunch of things, so big code. Okay, now run it first. Run it first is better. Huh? It's called event_wrong.html. Okay, event wrong. Wow, first little while. Okay, so what I'm doing, let me close the bookmark bar so that I can see it clearly. Okay, so I have 4 boxes. Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, yeah, this is nothing. Okay. Yeah, I have 4 boxes. Okay. Now, what is the code is about? The code is also processing the 4 boxes, n equal to 4. Okay. So actually what I'm doing the thing that I create an event listener, add event listener to temp object. Well, believe in me, the temp object is actually each div. Okay? Each div, when I create, it's very normal, right? I create 4 boxes. I of course do a loop, right? And in the loop, I use a local variable called temp. I create temp, and eventually I will put the temp as a append child so that you can see the one by one. Okay? And every time I use an I variable to give an ID here, so that you will have 0, 1, 2, 3, the inner HTML of this div, so that you will find that they carry different IDs number. Now, the problem is about the events. And the events is actually, I add an event listener, click. When I click on these 4 boxes, any one of it will allot the variable I. Okay? So what will you expect? When I click on the 0 box, 0. When I click on the second box, the number 1 box, 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Show you an inconvenient truth. All are 4. Now I didn't write any bad code. This I is not N. You say, oh, you write a wrong code. Okay? No. I plug in I in the event listener. What happened? It's not I here. It's Chrome. Supposed to be trustworthy. Too bad. JavaScript sucks, right? Okay. Good answer. But please explain how sucks it is. Why it sucks? I hear that Ben also use similar interview questions. But not 4 boxes, maybe other things. And my hint is about constraint. And what is so special about constraint? Constraint is whenever you define a function, the function is actually bind with the environment around him. And whenever you use the variable that use the environment around him, it will form a linkage to that variable as if using pointer, reference, and using reference or pointer. Now with this extra knowledge, can you understand what is going on here? So this is a function, right? I make it into this way so that you can aware that this is the middle argument. What is middle argument? The middle argument is an event handler. It should be the function. The event handler is a function. When you define the function, I said that whenever you define it, it will bind with the environment. And the environment, what's the environment it's using? I, right? I don't say that the umbrella is a function. The I, right? It will use the I. So the I is actually you think that the set of 4 event listener, of course there are really 4 event listeners, you set of 4 functions. Yet, this 4 functions is actually pointing to the same environment, and the environment is the I. Now you say, what does it mean of pointing? Okay, I give you an example. The example is they use pointer. They use reference. As if they're with the 4 functions referring to the variable I. Now, by the time I finish this loop, what is the value of I? 4. So that's why 4. So this is a problem of using JavaScript. And it's natural, right? The problem is not natural. The way you write the code is natural. Naturally, that I want to have a loop. I have many things to handle, right? I have a set of buttons, all perform similar actions. I want to use a loop, and you tell me that don't use a loop. Okay, what can I do? I hard code. Yeah, of course, hard code can solve this problem. Okay. Yeah, if one of the interviewee tell me that the hard code, then I may give them a job. Okay, because it solves the problem. Okay. They just there's a table here. Oh, what's that? Okay. No, some is better. Okay, we hire the best. The best people is go to Stack Overflow to queue to ask for a similar question. Oh, why event keep same number, something like that. Okay, and he is already the best one. Okay. How to solve it? Hard code is one of the ways. Another way is we use the property of closure to against this problem. So what's the meaning? The meaning is very simple. You find the I. Okay, no problem. Go ahead, find the I. But we have 4 copies of I. Then problem solved, right? But in this loop, we only have 1 copy of the I. How come we produce 4 copies? Okay, you can use array, no problem. But array is an object. Okay. So we use a clever way, and this clever way is actually appear in many codes that you can copy from GitHub, Stack Overflow. They are all writing in this way, and you never ask why. This way. What is the thing? What is the specialties about this highlight plot? There are two things. First thing, I really create 4 copies of the I using a count variable. Where is the count variable? CNT, counts. The count variable is inside this function call. Right? But is it really 4 copies? It may not be really 4 copies, right? You're inside a function definition. The definition, you set up 4 functions, you still ask this variable CNT to point to this I. No. Look very carefully to the last line of this box. I have this open close bracket. You may have seen many codes like this. You ask, hey, why suddenly you define a function and ask it right after you define a function to execute it? Now I tell you the truth why I define a function and execute it. I really want that count variable to exist. How can I force it to exist? Execute it. Right? Or use an array, no problem. I just want to find a way to make it happen, make it create, produce a piece of memory. So I execute the function. While I set up the event listener. While I set up listener, execute the function so that the count variable really exists for a very short moment. And what is short moment? Short moment is when I set up the event listener. Now, once I set up the event listener, I create a CNT and look at the real event listener. The real event listener, I just change it, become return value, and it return as a function. And now, this alert will bind to CNT, not bind to INAM anymore. Where is CNT? I created. I created, use a function call. Once I create it, I ask this function to bind it. The entire closure now is having is specific or private variable to this closure. Although the function call body is the same all through the 4 core, but for 4 core, I execute the function 4 times, create 4 different pieces of variable, so that they will bind to it. Now let me first execute it to see whether there's any problem. Okay, so this time is wait, where is it? Oh, event correct. Okay, click. Is it another 0 here? No, it's 1, 2, 3. You may find it hard to understand, right? I give you a week time, okay? Go home. I don't know how many codes you have copied from this internet, okay? If you ever find this pattern, why suddenly the function that you need to execute it? look at its function. What is the binding environment? Why is one to bind an environment? You will find that whenever they want to bind an environment, usually it's because of the loop count, you're counting variable I, or what? They commit into problem like this. Okay? You go home and execute it. I say that this function, this file is called event raw version 2. This is raw implementation. Okay? Now let me first talk about the syntax here. I construct a new object. The object has an object field called value. The initialization value of field value is 0. Okay? Then whenever I create this value, no problem. I can still access it. And then I use construct to bind it, bind the count into the object, and then bind it here. And this again wrong. It suddenly becomes wrong again. Okay? Now, if you don't understand this, go home and try to understand this. I will release the recording as soon as possible so that you will understand. Because culture is too important. If you don't understand this, later on when you write Node.js, you'll have a great problem. Because Node.js is using a asynchronous call all around, and whenever you want to loop, you need construct. You need to set up a construct is everywhere, but you need to set up special construct in order to bind variable that you will recycle. Okay? Whenever you want to recycle, please set up a variable. Okay? And in this set of PowerPoint, we will always focus on construct from this page onwards. Later on, you will see other construct example. Okay? What are the construct example? They are design pattern. The design pattern to design an object that will support private variable. JavaScript never support private variable. How can we use construct to set up private variable? Except the function, the public function, no one can access this piece of variable. We can use construct to realize it. We can use construct to do many things. Okay. Yesterday, while I was talking with the guest Joe, okay, he's telling me there is a new type of JavaScript library called immutable JS. Okay, it's create object that's not mutable, cannot be changed using construct. Okay. Well, if you don't understand construct, again, don't say that you know JavaScript. Okay. Or you can say that after this course I don't know JavaScript because I didn't study hard enough to understand construct. Okay. So